Hey guys, what's up? Been a while. Haven't really made any videos in a while. I've just been kind of, I'll admit, you know, motivation's been a little bit low. Just coronavirus stuff coming back. We really fucked that one up. George Floyd, everything going on has just kind of made me not want to do as many videos lately. But I have been working out, staying active. I never stop that, and I hope you've been keeping up with your fitness too. Don't let little lacks of motivation get in the way of exercise, because it's always going to help you more mentally and physically. So what I'm doing today is I am doing a workout. It's kind of become at least once a week thing. There is a river trail by my place that I've actually lived around my entire life, or most of my life. Not when I didn't live in Atlanta, obviously, but Cochrane Shoals River Park, and there is a pull-up bar at the end of this whole path. So it's about a 1.5 mile walk that I do down to the pull-up bar, and then I will do my workout there. I'll use my bands. There's a bench, so I'll use that too. And obviously a lot of the workout is just based on pull-ups. So I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of try to get back on the video making bandwagon and show you my workout that I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna have about another mile to walk. Good little warm up, good little conditioning, and then I'll get to the pull-up bar and I'll see you there. This is the current bathroom of the park now that the bathrooms have been closed. So don't tell anyone about my pee spot. And we have arrived at the gym. All right, this is my current gym bag. I'm going to show you what's in there. Let's see if I can lift it up. So, what we have in here: my elbow sleeves that I use for my blood flow restriction work. I have my tripod. I have a fat grip. I used to have 2 of these. These were pretty big for a while, back in I would say 10 years ago now. I haven't heard about them as much anymore, but they're pretty nifty, and what I've also been using them as a handle for my resistance bands. So they're pretty sweet that way. Got my orange band. Drop. I dropped my chalk. Very necessary in the humidity. And then I also have my gray band. I have a few other things in there. A few packets of protein powder. Some workout, or that's my post-workout. Right now my intra-workout drink is gross. It's a Maxi Whey starch, which is a carb source, and then also 2 scoops of a branch chain amino acid powder. Still going through all that stuff that I have from Mike. Maxi Whey starch is gross, it tastes awful, but it's a pretty good low glycemic index carbohydrate, so it's not like dextrose, which is basically sugar. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the camera facing this way. I'm probably going to start with some blood flow restriction work, so blood flow restriction curls first, and maybe some tricep work with the fat grip. I'll show you that. Just to get some blood flow to my tendons. I've gotten bad golfers and tennis elbow in the past. So I find that if I get some blood flow to my forearms first, that I usually avoid it during pull-ups. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do for my workouts. 3 sets of curls, 3 sets of press downs, 3 sets of face pulls. Then I'll move on to the main stuff. As you can see, the blood flow restriction bands just help get blood flow to the arms, get a little pump going. It also helps create that mind-muscle connection because it automatically makes everything harder. But because the weight is so light, you can still really focus on contracting. So I really like the BFR work, especially for warm-ups. Face pulls, sorry. If you've done face pulls before, especially if you have shoulder problems, I really suggest them. A lot of people overwork their pecs, their delts, and they don't do enough upper back work. And if they do a lot of upper back work, it's usually only lat work, which really neglects these smaller muscles in the rear of the shoulder. And if you have really strong pecs and weak upper back, you're just going to get pulled forward. And your humerus is going to sit in a crappy position in your shoulder joint. It wants to be back. It doesn't want to be pulled forward like this. So strengthening that upper back will help get those shoulders in a better position. I'm not an expert, but like I said, I've dislocated my shoulders twice in the past, and I don't have any shoulder pain anymore. Mostly because I do face pulls consistently. So what we're going to start with is pull-ups, because that's going to be the hardest thing. Or more specifically, chin-ups. I don't really do a lot of pull-ups anymore because they do aggravate my elbow occasionally. And also I've just been reading a lot more lately about how the chin-up is just a better, more natural movement. And I've always kind of thought that anyways. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to start with 2 reps. We're going to go to 4, 6, 8, 10, hopefully 12, 14 if I'm feeling awesome, but at least hopefully 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And maybe I'll go back down. I don't know. I like pull-ups. So let's do that. So that first set is easy. 2 reps is easy. Second set will be hard or easy too. But the goal is to just get myself warmed up a little bit more. I find if I just hop right into the big sets, the next sets are going to suck and more likely to make my elbows flare up. So if I just kind of go slow on the way up, it helps. The only thing you'll notice is that I don't like to hang from the bottom and pull from the bottom, because that puts your bicep in a more strained position. So when you just dead hang from the bottom, it's not actually great for your bicep tendons. So I'll usually use a little bit of a bend still. And what that does is help keep time under tension as well, which is an important part of muscle growth. God, that's gross. Ugh. All right, so 6. So we'll do 8 next. Hopefully I can do 12. Rest a minute. And then we'll do 10. I highly suggest chalk if you're a sweaty, gross dude like me. It just helps to get a better grip on the bar. Anytime you get a better grip on anything, you're gonna get a better exercise out of it. Because if you're slipping and you're focusing more on just gripping, you're not gonna be focusing on the muscles that you need to focus on. So say for like deadlift, don't ever pull with slippery, sweaty hands. One, that's how you tear calluses, but also your form is more likely to go to shit because you're full focused on gripping it than you are about technique. So same thing with pull-ups. If you're slipping and sliding all over the place, you're not going to get a good pull-up. All right, let's do 10. All right. Okay. I think I could do 12. The goal is to do 12, 10, 8, all the way back down to 2. Then we'll move on. I need better music though. Okay, that was 12. Rest a minute, we'll go to 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. My last 4 sets here, and then I'm going to do something that I've been playing around with recently, which is just the press portion of a muscle up. I can do a muscle up, not well. It also kind of cranks my shoulder up a little bit. I did them a few weeks ago, and it really, my neck and my shoulder were bothering me a lot the next few days. So I find if I just jump up and get into the press, I don't really care about doing actual muscle ups. It's more of a party trick than anything. Albeit a cool one. It's not worth my neck getting jacked up. So I'll show you those soon. This is hands down probably the worst workout drink I've ever had. The only thing maybe worse is creatine ethyl ester. Creatine form, it used to be really big. I bought some back in like 2006. And it used to be like a funny thing that I would dare my friends to try it. It was so bad. I think that's one of the reasons you don't really find it in drinks anymore. But this is bad. All right, 6 reps. I just don't really like working out in soaked clothes because I sweat so much. Those things are already pretty soaked. That's the only reason I go shirtless. that's 4 reps. The last 2 might seem kind of redundant, and they kind of are. What I'm going to do is try a really slow negative. I'm going to pause at the top to get a little bit more out of it. Negatives, I don't know if you don't know what negatives are. It's just controlling the lowering or the eccentric portion of an exercise. So you have concentric, eccentric. So most of muscle damage happens in the eccentric eccentric phase. So the more you can control that, the more time under tension you have. Not that slowing down the concentric is bad or good or bad, but I like to be kind of explosive on my concentrics, slow on my eccentrics if I'm paying attention to that kind of stuff. What I'll do is a 3-second hold at the top, maybe 5 seconds, and try to do a 5-second lowering phase. Okay, that's enough pull-ups. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now are those basically the muscle up press. Essentially a dip with a straight bar. I like them more than, I have to be pretty careful with dips. For instance, I separated my shoulder years ago. It'll make my right shoulder flare up quite a bit. But basically what I'm gonna do is just hop into position. So I might mess up a few times and then just do a push-up from there. I just like it. It feels, push-ups might be as good, but I don't know, I like them. Okay, that's a set of 20. What I might do is do 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. But we'll see. All right, well, I guess that's it for the day. I think I'm gonna just take that as a sign that I'm pretty tired. So that's all I'm gonna do for those. I might finish with some press downs and some rows and stuff, but I'm not gonna film that. That stuff's boring. But I'm glad to be doing the video again. So I took a little break. I hope you guys got something new out of it. And I just hope everyone's staying healthy, staying safe, wearing your mask most of the time. I don't wear it out here. But have a great 4th of July. I'll see everyone soon.